Chapel School classroom, born and raised on the library where I spend most of my days. Reading now, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all studying some science outside of the school. When a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble while I ate some food. I got in one little fight, the librarian got scared. She said, "You're moving to the office, you better be prepared." First DC, yo, this is bad. Thinking on a do a pair of shoes somewhere. Is this what the people of DC live like? This might be alright. I pulled up to the room around 37 or 8, and I yelled to my friend, "Yo, home, see you later." I looked at my kingdom, I was finally there to sit on my throne as the prince of this chair.
Good morning, Chapel, and welcome back to CTV News. I'm Rico.
And I'm Zion, and we'll be your anchors for this week.
Last weekend, Chapel celebrated its cultural diversity at the International Festival. Let's see some of the highlights.
Recently, Chapel held its 34th edition of the International Festival. Families of different ethnicities gathered and represented their country, giving those attending a taste of their culture. Along with food, throughout the event, groups representing several countries performed on stage dances and songs famous to their country.
O International é uma das festas que eu mais gosto de participar. Eu procuro nunca perder, sempre que eu posso, eu venho ajudar assim porque eu gosto. Eu acho muito bem organizado. Eu trabalhei na barraca dos Estados Unidos. É uma barraca que sai muita coisa porque sai as coisas que as crianças mais gostam.
So the best things about International Festival, in my opinion, are the food, obviously, first thing food, but also being able to get in touch with other cultures, not only through the food, but people dressed up as they do in their original countries, and also being able to spend quality time with my family. That was very nice.
My favorite thing about the International Festival is how it unites people from all different places around the world. And also some of our friends from the United States came to visit us, and that was really nice.
In our last episode, CTV took a look at democracy. But democracy often looks different on practice than it does on paper. Our reporters decided to take a look at the recent elections in Russia.
For most Brazilians, Russia has been in the spotlight due to the upcoming World Cup, yet it has also fallen into international focus and criticism due to a series of questionable events, among them Putin's re-election and the espionage scandal.
What do you know about the re-election of Putin in Russia and the espionage scandals in the UK?
Well, by and large, at least from outward appearances, the re-election of Putin is pretty much a farce. He can essentially intimidate anyone to bend to his will.
After the supposed assassination of a former KGB double agent in the UK with the use of a forbidden chemical weapon, the Kremlin was accused as the most probable culprit.
Again, Russia has made it clear that they will take out people who criticize the government. They've been getting a lot of criticism for that, but at the end of the day, a lot of countries do that, from Israel to the United States to Britain, right?
They're essentially trying to reestablish themselves on the world stage and maintain themselves or position themselves as a superpower once again.
And I think the murder of the Russian spy in the UK will just serve to further strain the ties that Putin has with the West, and will lead to more and more economic sanctions being put upon him by the US and the UK.
Self-driving cars are seen as the future of transportation. The recent pedestrian death in Arizona has some people asking questions. CTV has the story.
On March 18th, a self-driving Uber struck and killed a pedestrian who was crossing a highway with her bicycle. The car, which was going 64 kilometers per hour, did not detect the jaywalking pedestrian in the darkness of the night. And the human monitor present in the car also failed to respond in time.
So whose fault do you think it was, if anyone's?
It's probably a mixture of everything. The lady jaywalking, the girl in the car not really paying attention, and the technology.
Would you feel safe driving in one of these Ubers?
I think I would if the person that is supposed to be driving it and assisting it was paying attention, and I could see that he was actually paying attention, not using the phone, having the phone away from them. I think that I would feel safe.
Should this be a reason to stop production of cars like these? Should the laws allowing for these cars be revoked? Do they require more regulation and human oversight, or are they flawed and in need of improvement? The car was designed to scan for pedestrians and stop, yet it didn't even slow down.
I think it's not. I think it just shows how the technology is actually evolving, but it's not 100%. We haven't reached a point where technology will always be correct.
So, the general consensus is that truly these are experimental technologies and, like everything, require further testing and improvement. None of the included were at fault, including the car.
Finally, let's take a look at the sights and sounds of Lollapalooza, which brought some amazing artists to São Paulo last week.
Last weekend, São Paulo hosted the Lollapalooza Festival. From rock to hip-hop and pop to electronic, this year's festival hosted all kinds of musical performers. Among the highlights were the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Pearl Jam, Alok, Wiz Khalifa, and Chance the Rapper. This year's event was the largest to date, with Friday, Saturday, and Sunday hosting the festival this year instead of the usual 2 days. Over 80,000 people went to Interlagos per day for this year's festival. Many Chapel students and staff members were able to attend Lollapalooza this year, and CTV has decided to find out what these people have to say about their experience.
Lollapalooza on the Saturday, 24th, to watch Pearl Jam. They were the headliners for this night, and they were my favorite band. A cool thing that I found there was actually being on the Formula One track. That was pretty cool, but the best part was Pearl Jam playing.
Okay, so my favorite part was when I was able to sneak in backstage in Max DeMarco's show, and I was able to take some pictures with him and talk to him for a couple of minutes. I also loved the LCD Sound System show because the band was great, and it was awesome to see them here in Brazil finally.
Don't forget about Chapel's very own music festival. It will take place at lunch throughout the Spirit Week. Good luck to all musicians that participate.
That's all for today,
Thanks for watching CTV.
and we'll see you next week.